much about this. Basically, just a Candio's list. Played it in a local event over the weekend that was modified standard and had a lot of fun with it, and was just in a mood to jam some Rekindling Phoenixes. So, figured we'd give it a try, see how it works. I think it's moderately well positioned in the Moto meta at the moment. I do think I need like one more Naturalizer, one more Brontodon in the sideboard. But I'm running a Carnage Tyrant just based on the amount of blue-black control decks I've saw lately, but I'm not entirely sure it's correct. We'll keep this hand. It's very mana heavy, so we're going to hold the Shielded Thicket. But other than that, I kind of like the hand. Bum 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 bum. Yeah, at least it's some kind of blue-black deck. Hopefully it'll be one that the thing is good versus. Though, since we have no removal and we know our luck, it's obviously going to be like a blue-black chart deck. Hey Darth, what's up, man? Hope you're having a good little day. Sure, I'll keep that. Keep all threats at this point. Keeping the Jade Light lets us play around Sensor while still putting potentially a decent amount of power on the board and like setting up things. Whereas we just played Rekindling Phoenix, sure, they've got a million counterspells and they can technically counterspell either one. That's not a big deal, but I think it is better to try to play around a spell like that if possible. I mean, he's got enough Essence Scatters and things of that nature that whatever we play on this turn is not likely to matter, but like we definitely don't want to give him additional sensor value. Record temps as in record high or record low? Are you on the high end or the low end of those record temps? Doing good, doing good, doing good, Gangsboro. Thank you for asking. We'll go ahead and try to play this first, because if he doesn't counter it, maybe we'll hit a land for the Kenra. I'm actually going to put that in the graveyard, because I actually do want to land. Huh. Whatever, I think I'll put that in the graveyard too. By put that in the graveyard too, I mean I'm going to leave it on top. 74 is pretty warm here in Kentucky too, though I do not know what our record is, so. This deck's pretty interesting. Like, I really love Rekindling Phoenix. Like, I'm a fanboy of that card big time. Maybe we could have played the Sweltering Thicket on turn 1. And that would have, looks like it would have been beneficial for us. But we didn't know between all of our merfolk that we wasn't going to hit another land. I guess playing the Kenra there wouldn't have mattered that much. We'd had 2 more power on the board though. Game could go bad now, I believe. Don't like just playing Scarab unless he has no other option. So he has to block here. He has to block this one. So I think it's beneficial for us to go ahead and exert. We go ahead and exert. He can't buy anything back. We just attack with them all and put him at 1. We have 2 lethal threats next turn, but yeah, I think I'm fine with him just like putting that back in his hand. Gives us a lot of outs, I think. Yeah, I mean, you've got the aid. You have the aid of this card, Merfolks, and then you have the so this is probably just This is probably just Gear Hulk, which is kind of bad. I don't really want to just attack into a Gear Hulk. I could play this and sack it on this, but I don't know what that does for us. You have the 8 Merfolk, and then you have the 7 Eternalized cards. Could make this just big enough that a Gear Hulk doesn't do anything, but then he just kills it with the Fatal Push, so... Guess we're just not going to attack and let him counterspell this and make him have an answer to the Glorybringer next turn as well. But it's like pretty safe to say he has a Gear Hulk here. Which means we kind of can't attack. He's pretty low on mana though, and we know he has at least 1 Scarab in his hand. He can definitely counter. I could have attacked with this and just let it die and then played the Phoenix post-combat, but felt like this overall was better because like he has to have a lot of answers now. Could just have another Gear Hulk. That would actually be brutal, wouldn't it? Maybe I should have just resolved our thing. Actually, another Gear Hulk doesn't do anything, does it? Yeah, another Gear Hulk doesn't do anything at all. Because another Gear Hulk doesn't beat the Glorybringer. So he basically has to have Fatal Push and Vraska's Contempt. Can we make this attack? Yeah, he has to have Fatal Push and Vraska's Contempt. Because he's got to have a Vraska's Contempt to kill the Glorybringer. Then he can block one of these guys and he'd be at 3, so he has to have a Fatal Push to go with it. Alright, so that worked out. We were on to play and he had kind of a medium draw, but we got there. Don't know if I played that game great. Not sure if I played that game exactly right. Anyway, versus these control decks, I'm pretty sure I'm going to want this card. Think I want this card. I kind of think I want this card. Actually think I want these two because I'm like absolutely terrified of Scarab. I think we pretty much sideboard how we would versus like a heavy Grixis energy deck. I think we want to get rid of Magma Sprays for sure. Probably can get rid of all the Braids as well. We already have these that can kill a Gear Hulk and these that can kill a Gear Hulk if they need to. I'm not sure what to get rid of for the last 2 cards. I don't really like getting rid of these versus those decks. Like maybe Pia is just one of the worst cards. And then like maybe I'm forced to get rid of one of the Kenras since I have this. Which Kenra is better? Be honest, neither of them are particularly great. Let's try this one. I don't like taking out the Kenras. I have no idea. I cannot give you that because I don't know the answer. If you get X amount of like trophies, you know, like you get so many in standard, so many in draft and things like that, you get different avatars, but like where I only play standard, I don't really pay attention to it at all. I just have the basic one. I have no idea what you win them for. I've never really paid attention to them. Like there's a ton of them. I have no idea what they're for. Apparently I've locked up my mode. There you go. Yeah, there's like, well, they're not coming in because Moto's like lagging or whatever, but there's just a ton of them, and I don't know why. Like, we got that thing, I don't know what it means. We got this thing. I just don't know what any of this stuff means. I don't know why Moto's like lagged up right now. We can't even see them. Like, we can't even see them, which is kind of hilarious. Oh, those are the ones we don't have. Sorry. So we've got like these things. I have no idea what they are. I just used this default one that it gave me. I've never messed with them. I've never changed it. So I've played this deck a lot recently. Fun to play. Shaper Sanctuary is kind of cool. Yeah, Ronus has been kind of weird to me. Like, I've saw so many people hate the card, but then like I've saw so many other people swear by the card. My personal experience with the card was like, I don't feel like it lets me win games, but I'm not really sure. Like, DeCandio swears by the card though, and he is a lot better player than me. All right, so all of these hands were just terrible, but I'm not going to 4 cards. I'm just not going to go to 4 cards, so we're just going to keep this and hope that the top of our deck rewards us very well, which is not real likely. I think this is a 25 land deck, but I mean, you're going to get mana screwed sometimes. Shapers has been an impressive card. Like, it's done a whole lot in what little I played. Where we've already mulliganed to 5, I'm not going to play around a Censor here. Normally, I would play around a Censor in this situation, try just like to elevate or make some of his cards irrelevant. But whatever. I'm behind on this kind of cards. I just want to try to get aggressive and hope. This is a play mistake. I probably should have played this Sheltered Thicket because I've already changed my mind. I don't think I want to cycle it anymore. Yeah, I just don't think I want to cycle it anymore. JK. As I draw a 5th land, it like instantly gets cycled. I could have had that Chandra. Could have played a lot better if I wasn't bad. Well, and he's got a Glimmer. Probably going to be very bad for us. At least we have the answer for that. This game could be going a lot better for us if I had just cycled the 1 turn. But he has 5 cards in his hand. I can't imagine how we win this game. I guess there's more things that counterspell that than they are that counterspell this. He's going to disallow counterspells either, but like, we make Essence Scatter's not great on that turn. We make... now we make Double Censor not great. Trying a whole lot of land for a mulligan to 5. Yeah, so he has more cards in hand than we have. He has more spells in hand than we have cards, which is not a good sign. Alright. It's just a Gear Hulk. I don't feel like this match should be that bad, but what do I know? Yeah, this game is going to require an extreme amount of luck to win. Considering he still has 4 spells in hand because he's missing land drops, I don't know if we can even get lucky. Guess we'll get rid of that just in case he has another Gear Hulk in a minute. Might as well play around Supreme Will, even though they're probably not in his deck. The heck? He F6'd. He wasn't even thinking about that. So he definitely doesn't have a counter spell in hand, so they're all removal spells. Huh. I guess they're not all. They were definitely no counter spell though. Alright, I don't think we have an out, but Doomfall's a pretty uncommon card. Yeah, this is removal, so don't think I've changed anything from the play to the draw. I think we just have to get a better draw. Have to be able to play a spell before like turn 5 or whatever. Yeah, I'm not changing anything from the play to the draw. We don't curve versus a deck like this where we don't have much of a chance. Vizier's interesting. I didn't expect to see that. So just another terrible hand. I don't think we can win by skipping after 2 drops and 3 drops versus these decks. I just don't think we can win with a hand like that. I think this hand's a lot better. I'm pretty excited about this hand, in fact. Huh. Wonder if I'm supposed to keep that. I don't technically have a second green, but if we had a second green, I'd easily keep it. We just don't have a second green at the moment. Makes it a little bit harder because we don't know that the second branch walker will even resolve. Oh, well, I guess we know it'll resolve then. Play this first because we could hit a Sheltered Thicket. Nope. I guess we shouldn't have kept the Jade Light Ranger. It's coming back to bite us right now. Coming back to bite us pretty hard. Yep, no playable spells. Thought about keeping this because we had 2 chances of hitting a land. I thought it was worth it. But now I think we're just dead. But we completely flood out one game. We don't draw lands the next game. What are you supposed to do? You can't win in games like that. I guess this hand could be real bad. We could still hit a land and be fine. The odds of this hand being bad are pretty low, though. We can't even kill the Scarab God if he has it. Well, the positive note is, if we hit running lands, maybe we have a chance. Or we could just draw another spell that we can't play. It's kind of a tilt. We didn't get to play game 2 or 3. He's putting disallows in his graveyard? How bad is that for us? I guess he definitely doesn't have a censor at this point, so I'm just playing the highest impact. Unless he drew it exactly that turn, because he would have scryed it and he's had turns to scry it. So I'm just going to play the biggest impactful spell we have every turn. Could not have another contempt. Nope, has another contempt. I saw the one that 5-0'd. I didn't really like the look of it, but it's something that I might would try someday. Somewhere over the rainbow we will draw. No. Can't imagine how we win this game ever. Like, his hand would have to be pretty bad to win. No, I think we'd have been in really good shape had we just not missed our land. What's the chances that he has negates in his deck? Yeah, we're still trugging along. Can't get the content back anymore, but now he can hit him with the Ascantas, which is pretty good for him. Guess that's a good sign. Yeah, I believe that's what it had. It might have had some Thopter arrests as well, but I'm not sure about the Thopter arrests. I think it had some Thopter arrests. I guess we'll leave that on top. Don't actually know why I'm leaving it on top, but opponent did not get a Vraska's Contempt though, so at least that's decent. Definitely want another green. Hey, it's a 3-turn clock. As long as opponent gets extremely unlucky. He drew an island for his turn because he was missing land drops, I think. Don't actually think he was missing land drops. I don't want to put anything in the graveyard. I don't think it benefits me to put anything in the graveyard because I assume Scarab God's like pretty likely to come down here. He's got a moment of craving that we know about, so that's not the best. I guess I'm just going to bring in the 4/4. Wouldn't have thought this would have been a great card, but suppose it is. Start with this thing. If he's got a counterspell, he's probably going to counterspell it. Oh, that was terrible because now if he has a Gearhulk, we just lose. That was terrible. I should have played a Brontodon first. It would have worked out the exact same because he could have just scattered the Brontodon. But either way, a Gearhulk plus that is like really good here. Why would you not Gearhulk and counterspell this? That seems so bad. It works out the exact same, but still, it just seems bad to me. Because if you counterspell this, I can't even attack. You still have a 5/6 in play. It just doesn't make sense to me. Don't think we can beat an Ascanta from here. That's weird. He didn't even use the Ascanta during the attack step then. Hey, he could just brick 4 turns. Card went on top, so that's a bad sign. Both cards went on top, so we are beyond dead. We are beyond dead when both cards go on top. So I don't know any card at the moment. Got another Essence Scatter. He should probably counterspell this because we could put a Kenra in our graveyard. Or we get a land off the top of our deck. If he's got a Moment of Craving or something, maybe it's just better to use it there, but still feel like you just like counterspell it. Like a Kenra's really good here. Yeah, that's game. Nothing we can do about that. Too low a life. Didn't draw either of our big sideboard cards game 2 or 3, and we got mana screwed game 2 and 3. I don't think that match is hard though. I feel like we're a small favorite. Just have too many threats for them to consistently deal with on a 1-for-1 basis, but when you can't deploy your threats, like they can build those advantages like you just saw where it seemed like we had no chance to come back. Probably shouldn't have kept that Jade Light Ranger, but based on the draws that we saw, like keeping that Jade Light Ranger, I don't think affected the outcome of that game. We were going to miss the land drops regardless. It's really hard for them to beat you with 1-for-1 removal. They have to be like getting their Azcanthas and their Glimmers going, and they don't really have time to if you can just deploy, you know, like your 2, 3, 4, 5, which is what your deck's supposed to do, or like 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, or you know, like 2, 3, 4, 4, anything of that nature. This hand's fun. Something, no, not a lot. Hope you're having a good day. Probably a mirror. Our hand's not great for a mirror, but I think we probably cycle that Shielded Thicket at some point. Don't really want to kill that guy. Probably just gonna take 2 damage and kill whatever he plays this turn. Probably should have killed it in response just in case he'd put a Blossoming Defense or something in his deck. I'm not sure what we're waiting on right now. I'll play that. Kind of blocks. It's not a great blocker, but it kind of blocks. If he wants to give me a card plus a card from his hand, I'm fine with that. Just makes our Phoenix marginally better. And hopefully takes up his whole turn. It makes it harder for him to double spell our Phoenix, though not impossible. They can still just have 2 spells, or like a spell glory. There's Jade Lanerino. No glory, that's kind of interesting. That's a bad sign. He's got double Earthshaker in his graveyard. We really need to find our... Like, really need to find our, what you call it, struggle and survive now. The board's marginally clear, though, because of the braids, so... We only take 4 damage no matter what. Think I'm fine blocking with Pia. I think I'd rather have a random flyer. Definitely just trying to prevent damage here. The defensive Glorybringer is not something you see real often. Probably means they have a removal spell in their hand. Well, that's a bad sign. Oh, 8 mana this game? 9, whatever. How many spells have we drawn? 1, 2, 6. So 6 spells, 9 lands. We couldn't really attack with it. Now he gets to kill our Phoenix if he has any spell. Which he's not attacking if he doesn't have a spell, so. He also didn't tap 6 mana for the Earthshakers that are in his graveyard, so like this Phoenix is just dead. That's fun. Opponents hit 3 more spells on us this game, at least. Or sorry, 2 more at least, probably. Both cards in his hand could be lands, we don't know, but I imagine he's hit at least 2 more spells. Seems like opponent could have played that last turn. I'm not sure why they didn't. It's not good enough. We can't really attack this turn either. Maybe I'm supposed to attack with the Thopter for 4. I think we're just dead. He's going to have 12 points of power in play, and we can't even block. Then he gets to exert the next turn. Pretty much can't come back this game. Yeah, but the mana gets so bad. Like, I hate coming to play tap lands. I think you lose a lot of games just because you're coming to play tap lands that you don't realize. So we have no block this turn. We just have to take 4, and then we're just dead. There's not a card in our deck we can draw. If I'd done 4 last turn, he'd have been at 12. Still wouldn't have an out. Doesn't do anything. I like all the removal spells in this match. A pretty good amount. Actually, I like this little thing too. These are the cards that I was bringing in the other day. I was pretty much taking out everything that said the word Kenra on it, but that could just be very wrong. So this is how I have been sideboarding this match. I have absolutely no idea if it's right. But I was kind of trying to be the control deck. Yeah, the green white aggro deck is a lot of fun. I think it's what I'd be playing right now if I was actually trying to win instead of just like playing a bunch of different decks. I'm pretty sure it's what I would actually be playing if I was trying to win. I think the deck's very, very good. Maybe I should leave the Kinners in on the play and not on the draw, but this is just how I've been sideboarding in typical. In typical. Yeah, that's how you talk English. Watch out, guys, I'll English you. Sounds pretty decent. Hopefully, you know, in 3 draw steps we can find an untapped red. Opponent's on 5 right now. They kept and they put on top. I'm in the mirror, Christian. That's not a red mana. Strike 1. Feel like we're playing baseball because if we get 3 strikes on this red mana, we're pretty much out. And that is strike 1. Cool, they have another 2-drop on 2. That's fun to have. It's game 2. We got crushed game 1. You can do it, deck. Or we can just sit in our opponent's second main phase. Hey, we didn't strike out. We have a puncher's chance. A puncher's chance. The hell is this thing? Sure. Well, he left his Kinners in, so maybe I'm supposed to leave mine in. I certainly did not. I don't know why our opponent gave us priority there. It's just not going to go to a second main phase and play his land and aggravate me. More Merfolk. Our opponent's playing a tribal Merfolk deck. He's left it on top as well. Odd card to leave on top, I think. I mean, I don't understand why people do things like that. He could have just missed it, and then when I used my magma spray, it gave him priority back, so he remembered it. I don't know. How you doing today, Mr. Sams? Their struggle and survive's good here. Wouldn't mind him spending this mana. If he spends this mana, I'm going to drop Oasis and just probably pump something, assuming I don't draw. Wow, he put that in the graveyard, so I guess that means he has an Abrade. That's about the only way you put that in the graveyard. Tempted to block because of that, but I won't. I have to have an Abrade to do that, right? All of the sound in my house just stopped again. It's like 3 nights in a row. It's kind of weird. Right, opponent, maybe he's got Swelter? I don't know. I have no idea how you put this in your graveyard and then leave this on top. I don't know. I don't even know what makes sense. Card's not good enough. I legitimately don't know what makes sense to make that play right. I'm gonna assume it's just not right. Sweltering Sun's the only thing that makes even a bit of sense to me. He didn't have Abrade last turn. Does he have it this turn? Okay. Yeah, so it made no sense. He just didn't have an out. Okay. Fine. I was right. It apparently made no sense. This opponent played his spells and scooped anyway. I guess he could have been holding to Abrade to this turn to try to... Trying to figure out which Bloodbraid... Just all of them. You want to try every Bloodbraid elf deck, right? Actually, I think I want this in my sideboard now. I didn't want it to begin with, but now that I remember he has Oasis, it kind of makes me want this. I'm still not sure that I'm supposed to sideboard out my Kenras. Like, it seemed like it worked out well that game, but, like, it's probably just not right. Whatever. Control deck, go. Pia might be better than this. Nah, Pia's not better than that. I don't have enough time to do everything I want to do. Cool, so now it's our turn to mulligan. I guess we'll keep it and be very disappointed by it. Unlike our opponent, I'm actually going to keep our removal spell. I heard the zoo decks were pretty good. I've not actually looked at the modern dumps since the cards come out. I need to do that. I looked at the standard one. I was unimpressed, but it's a standard Grand Prix this weekend too, I believe. But then we get to see cool Ilmo CS decks next weekend. I think it's better to play that one. Sure, I'll keep that. We don't really have anything to do for our mana next turn anyway. So why not just play a 3-drop? Goodbye, homie. Goodbye, our little merfolk friend. They hit 2 lands. I don't think I want that guy. Feel like I plan on just playing Phoenix next turn. I don't play enough other formats to ever really look at non-standard formats unless they're like from a GP or a PT. Sometimes I look at open lists, like I looked at open lists this last weekend, and I have absolutely no idea why I did. Especially considering, you know, like last weekend's open decks are irrelevant now. I have no idea why I looked at them. Phoenix and friends. No, don't have double. Okay. Single removal's fine. I guess I'd rather him have double than that, but whatever. So you've got a Glory B as well. Rip. It's pretty good. That's not a bad draw. Where's their Glory Bringers? Alright. Well, we have 3 removal spells, so maybe we can extend the game a little bit. That Inside Out deck, I looked at it. It's kind of... It's like a deck. More Glory Bringers? How do you have Glory Bringers and I don't? That's just not fair. Not fair, I say. Blue-red? Like blue-red wins or blue-red controls? Maybe I should have used a braid there. What fun. I have not saw a blue-red mid-range deck. It's just not playing as Phoenix. It's on top of his library. Well, we have nothing. I feel like our opponent should use Settle before he... Or use the Struggle in the graveyard before he uses the, Survive, but who knows. Pretty far behind on cards. This is sorcery, right? Yeah, he should have used that. Now we get to. Fun times. I don't think so. I actually think this standard format's worse than the last standard format. I'm in the minority than that, but I think at least the teamer decks gave you some play. I think in this format, you're just like kind of drawing your cards and hoping. The black-white tokens deck is kind of fun, but like the mirrors are so unplayable. Diversity matters nothing to me in Magic. Interesting games is the only thing that matters to me. And I thought the games were interesting. Like, I could care less about diversity. I don't care if 90% of the formats on one deck, as long as that deck has a lot of interesting lines and things. And, like, the games aren't super one-sided. But, like, diversity means nothing to me in Magic. Like Cobblade, for example, is one of my favorite formats of all time because I thought the match was absurdly skill intensive. Another Glorybringer, fun times. Am I supposed to let it hit me now that I've saw Blossoming Defense? What the hell is 2 points of damage, I guess? I mean, they basically had to be skill intensive, or you wouldn't have people like Corey and Brad Nelson winning 70% of their matches with them. Do you think they're just the two luckiest players in the world, Chad? Because, like, I think they just learned the match and understood what mattered. I mean, obviously, people have to run a little good, but... I'm going to be real sad when he uses that in a hashtag Oasis to kill me, ain't I? Pummeler was definitely one of the funner decks. I mean, I'm just saying, like, do you really think they're just the luckiest players in the world? How do you like top 8 multiple GPs in a row and stuff like that? Or like, how do the Pantheon, by the way, never add the black to their deck yet still have such a high win percentage? It's just, they're obviously better than us. Right, that's my point. They're good players, but they're not losing those matches. Like, how can you say the match isn't skill intensive and then, like, say that, like, somebody wins it more than the next person? But that's making an assumption that... I do think that matters, though. I think that's where we fundamentally disagree, because, like, they're playing mirrors. Other good players are also playing mirrors, but yet these same people are having consistent success when these other people were not having such success. Like, were they the only good players playing that deck? Of course not. There was a lot of good players playing that deck. That's my point. Come on, Carnage Tyrantho, do your thing. I don't know. I could disagree. I just disagree. I don't know. Carnage Tyrant was definitely a good draw there. Hello, Glorybringer. It's time to do your bringing of goodness, hopefully? It's okay. Because Carnage Tyrant does its thing. I don't even think Glorybringer belonged in that deck. So right there, we have a fundamental disagreement. I think people who were playing Glorybringer weren't playing the best builds of the deck. So, like, there's already a part of the disagreement. Like the pros couldn't even decide whether the deck is supposed to have Lone Tusk Cubs in it or whether they're supposed to sideboard them out or not. Like, that's just insane to me. I guess we're just attacking for 10 and not bothering with the Glorybringer. I think Glorybringer was actively the worst card in the mirror. I think any time that you spend 5 mana on a card and your opponent has 3 to 4 1-mana spells to kill it and 4 2-mana spells to kill it, you lose such tempo that you just get too far behind. I thought Vizier was the best card in the mirror. Like, I just thought Vizier was the best card in the mirror by a mile. I don't even think it's close to close. Don't know if I can look it up at this point. What was the last, like... What was the last Team Grand Prix? Our opponent's going to have to wait on us. I'm looking for something. It's probably too far back for me to find. I think it was like Santa Clara or something. Tilting me. I think this is what I'm looking for. We'll play first. It sounds a keep. Is this what I'm looking for? Yeah, I think this is what I'm looking for. So, like, I think this was the last major event with this deck. Whatever. I guess it's not worth still arguing about. It's just us agreeing to disagree, I guess. Wait, what am I looking at? What did Sam say? Apparently I missed something. 5-0 New Perspectives. Oh, I tested New Perspectives Gunner for the modified tournament we played. And I couldn't figure out how to beat red decks with it. I just wasn't a good enough player. It'd be Kosh that played it, right? Because Kosh is like the only person that plays it? Yeah, Kosh played it. Like Kosh is like the only person that plays it? I just don't know how to play it. Somebody teach me how to play it and I'll play it. Like, I did not do very well with it. He added Mastermind's acquisition to the deck, which is interesting, though. So the odds of him killing one of these two spells are exceptionally high, but like, I want the land bad enough that I'm going to play this. Maybe you should give me some pointers on how to play it later, and we'll try it. We're currently 1-1. And I feel pretty good about this game as long as we hit an untapped land in the next 2 turns. Probably you struggle to kill whatever he plays this turn, but feel okay if we get the Rekindling Phoenixes up. That's kind of a tilt, because I think I still have to play that. And we have to do our best to block, but like Cropper doesn't let us block, blah blah blah. A block was better. Okay, that's fine. It's a lot better than what it could have been. I didn't want to take a crasher there. There was an entire block was banned. I put a lot of effort into that event. It's the most effort I've put into an event in years. Like the actual most effort I've put into an event in many, many years. So he just has 2 more removal spells. Our opponent just casually drew 4 removal spells. If he's got a lot, or if he's got a hazard to go with that, we're in serious trouble. I think I still have to play this though, just because of potential hazards. You can play blue. Approach got second, and potentially could have got first. I guess it's this one, and kill this? Oh, maybe it's not worth killing that. Maybe I just want to bash for 4 every turn. Bashing for 4 every turn feels kind of fine. Gunner was definitely tilted. Blue deck got third too, come to think of it. Beaumont's pretty good. He'll be blocking this one though. If he's got another removal, he's got another removal. We're just not beating that anyway. If he doesn't, I feel really good about the game. He drew 5 removal spells though. It's pretty tough. And of course he drew 5 removal spells. Why wouldn't he draw 5 removal spells? So 5, 6, 7. So we have to block something or kill something. If we kill this, a land kills us. So I guess we kind of have to block that. I don't know how we can win. Getting smashed right now, Jordan. Just absolutely smashed. Could Kenra and exert, and then we die to land or haste creature. Could Kenra and block? That probably doesn't win the game. Yeah, maybe it does. Somehow. I don't actually know how. Just don't think we can win now. I think him having the 5th removal spell basically killed us. And we can technically attack for 10 a few ways next turn. Gearhulk's pretty bad in this format unless you're playing black-green. Or sorry, blue-black. Like, I actively don't want to put Gearhulk in my decks right now. I think Scarab God's too good to want to play Gearhulk. Could just gamble. Does gambling get us anywhere? Gambling might be our only chance to win. Can't beat another burn spell for sure. Yeah. I guess we gamble. Well, I mean, I think it's the only chance to actually present a lethal board. If he has another burn spell, we're just dead. We're fine with that. Well, I guess it has to be shock. Or he has to hit, like, it could be lightning strike and he hit land off of the Beaumont as well. I don't think preventing 5 helps because he still has 10 points of damage and he just has a hazard. Like, he just kills us next turn. And there's no way for us to deal 10 points of damage back unless his Kenra's on the table. So, like, we can't deal 10 points of damage back unless we have the Kenra. And I think no matter what, we have to be able to win on our next attack step or we lose. That's my guess here. I don't know if that's true. I feel like this is okay. Like, I'm trying to play to win, not to lose, and I feel like this might be one of the only ways to do that. Again, if he draws another removal spell, this doesn't work either. And the fact that he didn't play anything here means he pretty much drew another removal spell. And that's fine. If he drew 6 removal spells, he just drew 6 removal spells. But we couldn't really do anything, and we still have to just go for it because he can deal 2 damage, untap, deal 2 damage, so. If he's got the 6 removal spell, he's got it, but we did everything we could to win the game. Well, 6 removal spells, that'll kill you in 16 cards. It's kind of frustrating. It's actually really frustrating. Bum, 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 bum. I think this match is pretty terrible, by the way. DeCandio says it's pretty decent. Do not think that DeCandio's right. I don't think we were winning that game with any line at all. So you take out the slower things here because we're going to be bringing in some cheaper removal spells. We're bringing in a few things like these as well, which double as cheaper removal spells. I'm actually pretty terrified about Hazoret. Sometimes I bring in Carnage Tyrant, but DeCandio says not to, and we're just going to try, since we're playing DeCandio's list, we're going to try DeCandio's sideboarding guides today. It's kind of a weird lag. Hey, sorry that I missed it, Patient One. Thank you for the follow, man. That was 12 minutes ago. I think we played that game right. I think we gave ourselves chances to win when we were in a very bad spot. It's a little easier to win on the play, but it's real hard to pick up that game 3 on the draw. The Moto's locked up, so I guess we're going into our... Alright, we'll keep it. We have no removal spells, but I don't think you can mulligan this anyway. Great success freezing donuts. I've never heard that before in my life. I've just never heard that before. Great success freezing donuts. We will bluff our magma spray. Maybe he'll lead off with like a worse creature or something. I think the green-white decks are pretty good, P-Sams. Sorry that I missed your message, but like I played it twice, I think, and I think I'm 9-1 or something. It felt pretty solid to me. I was a big fan. There's just a lot of decks that it can never lose to. Like, it doesn't lose to these red decks, for example, and they're literally everywhere. So if he uses a removal spell here, that's not too bad for us. We didn't want him to play Kenra because we didn't want to take additional damage, but now we have a Pia. And every land in the world, apparently. He's got his own Pia? It's not a card I would have suspected that he would have left in. I guess it does block Phoenix things, so it's pretty good, I guess, in that regard. True Bromont. Yeah, well, that is the best card in Standard versus Approach. No, don't kill Jade Light. That was our friendo. Guess he's got 2 more removal spells? Like, I'm definitely blocking. Is it better to play these two? Or is it better to play this? I don't actually know. Hey, Al, what's up, man? I guess we keep this. Seems like it does something there. It also makes both of our guys a little bit bigger. I feel like he's got a Glorybringer or something. Might not have the land, but I feel like he has a Glorybringer. My psychicness kicking in. It's kind of an odd attack, unless he has a removal spell. Maybe he's got Improvised Rampage? That's a card people play now. I guess if he's got it, he's got it. He'll have a removal spell anyway. That was odd attack. Maybe he just has another one of these? Yeah. That makes a little sense, I guess. Alright. Some point we have to start attacking, but I don't think it's yet. And whenever it is, it's probably just with the Phoenix. So you hit 2 removal spells again. Casual 4 removal spells that are 0. We have a similar number in the deck. Hey, we hit one. That's fun. I think we can start attacking now. I think it's pressure time. I think we can race a Hazard. I mean, it's kind of an odd block. Alright, so whatever's in his hand, he likes more than 2 random cards. Which means this has to be Hazard or Glorybringer. You wouldn't keep anything else there. It was Hazard. And our deck doesn't really have an answer to that card. Which is why I don't consider this a very good match. Now we just like sit here and wait till he gets the right board state to win. Or like maybe we can draw enough flyers and close that way, but we're not going to close on the ground. I should have also played a forest that turn instead of a mountain. That was bad. think him killing this would be odd. I think killing this is just better. He sideboarded in dual shot versus me? Another odd card. But it's whatever. So we have to get Terra Flyers to have any chance. That's another non-flyer. At some point we'll get big enough that we'll just attack with everything. I think it's pretty good. I think Mono Red's its bad match, or its worst match. The Candio disagrees with me heavily. Like I don't find this match to be particularly good. Maybe it'd be a little bit better if we had Ronus, because like Ronus is supposed to be in the deck, so like he has Ronus over this card, so if we just play Ronus here, like we're like in really good shape, right? It's pretty hard to. I mean, you have the 4 answers to Scarab God in Struggle and Survive, but the goal is just to like attack them enough that they can't actually get value out of Scarab. I don't think it works particularly well. And sometimes you just draw every land in your deck. Like we've drawn more land than spells this game, and we're still in okay shape. Obviously not in great shape, but we're okay. I've only tried Grixis Improvise one time, and it just felt very, very awkward. It was like real fun, but it didn't feel like it was real powerful. Like you can certainly win matches with it, but I don't know. It just doesn't feel as consistent as the other offerings. I mean, if we keep at this rate, we're just going to beat him, right? Like next turn I can attack and potentially hit him for 12? That card's cute. Some builds have a splash of white for cast outs and bindings and things, and a Johnny's. I think there was a build that 5-0'd in the last dump that did that. I think I want this card to die the least, so. But I'm definitely attacking this turn. Well, that's disappointing. Now I don't really want to attack. I think I'm still going to. He's going to block the big guy and take 9. Which means he can't attack back next turn or he's just dead. He can in theory do 9 to us next turn with the Kenra, but like that doesn't let him win. He was just down board to these. But now because he's ahead again, I guess. Glorybringer wins. Yeah, I think a Glorybringer wins. Block that. He blocks that. He's taking 3-6. Yeah, he more than wins. See if I can pull it up real quick. There's a build with white somewhere. I've not actually tried it because like I'm one of those people that thinks adding colors to decks are just really, really bad because of the mana. But yeah, there's this build of white that splashes for a Johnny and like some Thopter arrests and casts out and bindings out of the board. I guess it's roughly the same deck, but you have like a lot more coming to play tap lands, which scares me to death. Maybe I should try it at some point. Sure, we'll go ahead and download it. I'll try it at some point. Going down to a 4/3 Rekilling Phoenixes, by the way, makes me want to like punch somebody. I'd rather just like cut one of these random cards. Here's a link for anybody who cares what I'm talking about. Copy, paste. But yeah, like I said, winning game 2 is a lot easier than winning game 3 because now we got to win this game on the draw, and that's pretty hard to do. I still kind of feel like Hazards are pretty good, or Carnage Tyrants are good here, but we're gonna go with what the Candio says. Maybe the Ronus has changed the match so much because like Hazard doesn't attack well in the Ronus. I just stole a 5-0 list. Like I didn't work on it or anything. I only worked on the modified, which was a different format. But this is the one that I 5-0'd with. Thought it felt really strong. I don't know if there's anything in the entire deck that I want to change. Like other than the Sunscorched Champion didn't feel good in the main deck, and the Tranquil Expanse didn't feel good in the main deck. But out of the main deck, I think this is pretty much where I want to be. Like, I think I've just put a different land in for that. I think 24 lands is probably right. I didn't steal, I bummed. I'm not sure what you're saying. Oh, okay, yeah, I get what you're saying now. But this champion wasn't real good. I guess if you expect infinite amounts of mono red, then it's fine. But I think I would have just rather had another 1-drop. This deck really plays like a weird combo deck. I don't know about the sideboard at all. I just like took this list off the internet. I didn't really work on the sideboard. It felt fine. We didn't get paired versus any we got paired versus one Grixis energy deck, I think, and like a bunch of like kind of like aggro decks and like mid-range green decks. So I guess that's pretty much exactly where this deck excels. So we got the matches we wanted. But I liked it a lot. It's probably where I'd start. Alright, this is a very mana-heavy hand, but I don't think I can mulligan it. Again, we have no removal spells. We have 5 1-drop removal spells and 4 Abrades for 9 removal spells, and we've not had a single one in our 3 games. Which we only have the 3 Abrades and the, 4 Abrades, 3 Sprays, 2 Struggles in game 1, but, so, it's 9 removal spells either way. It's going to be a tough one to win. On the draw without a removal spell versus mono red. Yeah, 5 removal spells for that. That's not one of them. That's also not one of them. I did not watch any of the Grand Prix Lyon, mostly because I had a paper tournament that weekend. But also because like the format's just dead, like Jason Bloodbraid wasn't legal. And that was kind of a no-sell for me. I understand why it wasn't legal, but for me personally, I just didn't want to watch a dead format. So I usually go back and watch replays. I did not in this case. Come on, deck. Am I supposed to leave that on top? It doesn't really interact with this board whatsoever. I guess I'm not. I have to rely on Rekilling Phoenix. I don't know, maybe I could have kept it because I can play it and Kenra on turn 5. I heard about it. I heard about it. Yeah, that's fun. It's probably game. It's probably game. I don't know what we could draw here. Of course, you finally play something that I can put the magma spray on. Why wouldn't you have that on any other turn? Because that would be good for us. Third removal spell. If he plays Hazret, we're just dead on board. Getting pretty close to that regardless. Like, we're going to 5. We might not even be able to block this next turn. If he's got a removal spell to finish this off, that's bad for us. If he's just got anything, that's bad for us. Like, no spells are good for us anymore. Alright. He's got an Earthshaker Kenner in his graveyard that we can just, like, never beat, but that's okay. Dead on board to a land, pretty close to dead on board to no lands. Pretty close to dead on board no matter what. Um, Guess I should play this one. Better use of the mana. Not sure what we can actually beat. We can beat our opponent drawing like Soulscar Mage. Well, I guess that card's not great here. If I attack, I'm dead to land. I'm not technically dead to land anymore. I mean, land's obviously absurdly good versus us, but we're not technically dead to it anymore. Could have drawn a Deathgorge Scavenger and 8 to Kenra. That would have been a good draw. You can do it, deck. Give us a Death Gorge. That's not a Death Gorge, so I guess we just pass turn. Living on an edge. By living on an edge, I mean we're practically dropping to 1 and 2. We'll have to block, so even if he has a shock, we lose our Phoenix. On a positive note, we'd have a blocker for the next turn. What is this? He has a scavenging ground, so I guess I'm supposed to just block. I guess I'm supposed to just block. He has a scavenging grounds. The 10th land and 20 cards definitely isn't what we wanted to draw. The 11th land and 21 is an outer. Good game, opponent. Alright. So we got an uphill battle now. Boom, 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 boom. I don't know where my cell phone is. Alright. This hand's pretty awkward, but it's a keep. It's like a lot of things this hand will be good versus, a lot of things it won't be. Our opponent's 1-3, so I'm actually going to ask him for the concession at the end. May or may not give it to us, who knows. Not that concerned if he doesn't. But there's no reason to take money out of people's pockets when we can take it out of Modo's pocket. A moment of okay. Yeah, Moment of Craving is not heavily played in that deck, so I thought that was going to be odd for a second. Bum, 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 bum. So how's everybody doing today? Land? I have a pretty good hand. Scarab will be hard to beat this game. We don't have a hand that matches up well with Scarab, I don't think. Well, I guess we probably beat... I don't know. Depends on what removal spells we get out of him. Well, I know what we're doing for our next several turns. Doing pretty good, Josh. I expected to see you Saturday. I was surprised you didn't show up. I know you said it was because you still needed a few cards, but I'm still surprised. Is this an EOT contempt? No, don't EOT contempt us. Yeah, that's a contempt. Rip. Don't you do it. You keep that Scarab God away from us. Always. Go ahead and deal the 5 damage, I guess. We gotta find a struggle and survive or like a magma spray or something. We might even attack into the Scarab now. To see what he does with his turn. It's going pretty good, Vlad. How are you doing? That's an aggressive attack. Guess I'm going to start by attacking. Just not play any more creatures, see how that goes. Probably doesn't go very well. Just gonna play another Killing Phoenix and hope this goes well. I think just way too many things beat us right now. Like a Braid beats me, pretty much. Essence Scatter crushes me. Oh, wow. Yeah, Essence Scatter crushes me here. Not sure what we can do to win this game. I think we played it properly, but... I expected something to happen. I actually expected this thing to die, so... Like, now we're in such bad shape because this thing definitely dies. Don't know what we can do. I don't think we have any outs at all. I could kill this, maybe? And then I just die to this and this? Eh, maybe he'll make some kind of weird play. I think our only out here is him getting back to Phoenix and blocking the 4-4. If he blocks the Thopter and Earthshaker, we're just dead. Very likely just dead anyway, but... Well... Keep you... Twice. Doing everything we can to try to like just scrape by this game. Everything we can. We're dead to Glorybringer. Yeah, silly Moto Bug. Why did that go to his hand? Glimmer doesn't do a lot right now. I have to block if he attacks. Let's see what happens if I just play this thing. I'm trying to see whether he has like another Essence Scatter or something for it. Now we're dead to land removal spell no matter what, so we're dead to land removal spell no matter what. Let's just attack for 4. Maybe that was a misplay. Maybe I should have just struggled. If I struggle and survived, I don't know how we beat the Scarab God coming back down though, because like we still have to like block and stuff. Alright, so at least we're not dead this turn, even if he has to land. That's good. Went to the second main phase because, as stated earlier in the tournament, that's the thing you do when you want to aggravate Searsist. Searsist gets a bit tilted by that. Does that do anything? Probably not. That probably does absolutely nothing. Ooh, absolutely nothing. Just attack with everything. That feels strong. What's the worst that can happen if I attack with everything? Nah, he's got a 4/4 he can buy back if I do that. And then I wouldn't have enough mana to use this. Like he's got a 4/4 blocker that he can buy back. And I don't have enough mana to play this and this. I've only got enough mana to use one or the other. I have to let him block. Kind of hoping that he gets greedy and blocks with the Kenra. That's not what I wanted. That's not what we wanted to see here, fam. That's not what we wanted to see at all. Alright. That is what we wanted to see. This is exactly what we wanted to see. Well, that's what we wanted to see happen. I still don't know how we win. He's got 5 cards in his hand. Like, I still just don't know how we win. He's got 5 cards in his hand. But it's what we wanted to see. You just have another Scarab God and like play it and take the Glorybringer or take the Phoenix. We're doing whatever we can to get a prayer. Torrential Gearholt kills us. Removal spells kills us. Just everything kills us. Well, that doesn't kill us, but that probably gets us killed. It's one of those cards that, like, yeah, that card probably doesn't kill us, but it kills us. You put on bottom, because, you know, that's a Supreme Will, and you have to put 3 on bottom. Hey, why are you killing that? Oh, we don't get our Phoenix back now. Well, that's not fun. Rude opponent. I forgot I had a Phoenix in my graveyard for half a second. Sure, you can have your Scarab God back. Maybe the 5 cards in his hand, none of them are removal? You don't know. It can happen. You don't know, guys. It could happen. No removal and we have a chance? I got a feeling there'll be removal. What do you know? He's tapping mana. Wait, he cycled! He cycled! One time. We have our eyes closed right now. We have our eyes closed. No, he had consign! No! No! Maybe he'll like use the Oblivion and play a Scarab God and we can draw a Glorybringer. That in theory could win. He knows we have to struggle and survive. Come on, opponent. You don't want us to struggle and survive that Scarab God, do you? You want to tap 5 mana. You want to tap 5 mana and give us an out. If you use that consign, we lose. But opponent, don't forget you have this. Opponent. Why? Why? Why, opponent? Why? Well, we thought we had a chance. We don't have enough mana for all of that. Alright then. We figured it out. Oh, this was a misplay, wasn't it? Is this not a misplay because I'm not attacking, am I? Or maybe I was supposed to attack. Maybe I was supposed to Fopter here. Nah, it's probably better just to play Kinra. Poor guy. This is going to be bad for me if he has like a Supreme Will. What's he doing now? Don't have a fatal push 2. He's got a fatal push 2. Has a fatal push 2. Or like a magma spray or something, because he started to kill this. That was the hope, Burrow. That was the prayer. But he just tapped mana for something a second ago. So I guess our Fopter's dead? I don't know. If he has nothing, we could draw Glorybringer. The Glorybringer would do it from here, I guess. He doesn't have to have anything. Just take our 4. And hope that all 3 of his cards are irrelevant. Well, we took our shot. Cool thing is if he Essence Scatters this, we can buy it back. So like maybe it's just an Essence Scatter? But I really think he has the answer to the Fopter. We can't block with it either way, so even if he has the answer, he just has it. Yeah. We thought he did, because he tapped mana the last turn. That's sad. We struggled so hard. We fought so hard. And we got so far. I think that's the lyrics of a song. We did, in fact. I think we maybe played the game well. I don't even know. I didn't hate how we played the game. I think these, and these are good here. Pretty sure these are pretty bad. I don't think Pia's the best. I think Whirler Virtuoso is just better than Pia. I guess I don't really like the Earthshaker Kenras either. Whirler Virtuoso is just too good. Think I'm fine with this. The Brontodons aren't real good in this match. Yeah, that's what I'm thinking. Like, the Brontodons aren't good in this match, but, like, they can't be Magma Sprayed, and they, require him spending extra energy with his Harness Lightnings. They can kill Search for Azcanta. Shutting off a Gearhulk's kind of good. Let's try it. Not dying to Magma Spray. I'm going to leave them. Not dying to Magma Spray, not dying to Abrade, and making Harness Lightnings relevant, or harder to kill is kind of relevant. I don't think we get a lot of value out of the Death Gorge Scavengers. Maybe Death Gorge is better than Kenra. I'm not sure. I don't think Death Gorge is real good when they have a bunch of Magma Sprays. Alright, well, this is one of these hands that are absolutely terrible. We got basically 4 cards that do nothing. Sweet. And we get the mulligan to 5. Alright. Well, that's the best keep I've ever had. So this game's over. It's time to beg our opponent for a win. Or what I refer to as the mat. Do it off screen so not to embarrass myself. Off screen so not to embarrass myself, guys, even though I'm physically telling you what I'm doing. Go ahead and do the bashing here. It's not common practice. I'm only doing it because Matt did. I've actually never did it before. You're not supposed to know what record they are. I blame Matt. We learned this from Matt. Anyway, I have a waffle waiting on me. We gotta get this league over with, friends. If he says no, we'll play the next match and scoop our opponent, whoever it is, because, like, it's just always scoop out like that. But we'll play the match for the stream. Opponent's taking his time. Onward, Kenra. To Booty Town you go. Yes, I have a waffle and I really want it. It's going to be cold. I'm so sad. I ate once on stream, though, and somebody responded to one of my YouTube videos calling me a disgusting fat pig and cannot wait until later to eat. So, kind of learned my lesson. Don't eat on stream anymore. I had to favorite that YouTube comment. It was great. They were not wrong, though. I went back and listened to the video, and apparently I eat very loud and very disgusting. like it is gross. So they were not wrong. It's just some stranger. I mean, I don't know who they were. It was just somebody that responded to my YouTube video. But they were right. I mean, like I said, I went back and listened to the video, and it was very, very disgusting. I would link the video, but I don't remember which one it was. I've got like 200 up or something. Oh boy, it was bad. It was so bad. Yeah, but the Candio's not... A lot of people eat on stream. I think it's just how I have my mic set up and the fact that I'm 9 million pounds. Like, maybe if I wasn't 9 million pounds, it wouldn't be too bad. But I'm 9 million pounds, so. Go, Chandra. 6 more turns, boys, and we got this. 6 more turns. Hype. We're getting absolutely wrecked. Our opponent did not scoop, or did not concede our query, by the way. So we are now fighting the good fight. I'm pretty big. You've saw me. You can't deny that I am pretty gosh darn big. What's the chance that they have good spells in their hand? A lot? Is it like really high? Alright, I guess I'm gonna start with this then. They make a token. I would be sad. We'll just take up Chandra and go on about our day. If they don't make a token, there's some chance that the Kenra comes back this turn, but probably not. I'm 400 pounds. How is that medium? I am absolutely massive. Save our other braid, I guess, in case he's got a gear hulk or something. Right now we have a Chandra and a prayer. Oh, I've not been looking to see if anybody else has followed. Nope, they haven't. Nobody loves Ray. RJ. I am terrible with names, so I'm going to say I do not. Is he the dude that come and traded? He's like a lot smaller than me. No, that was our only hope, Obi-Wan. Maybe someday expired, but as of right now, we are just partying on with our little Earthshaker friend. I'm living on a prayer that my waffle won't be too cold in a little bit. Yeah, he's like a lot smaller than me. I know who you're talking about now, but yeah, he's totally a lot smaller than me. I punted, by the way. I should have played this force, so next turn I'd had the opportunity to potentially double Oasis. Not that I can think, like, the game would have to be in a really weird spot for me to ever double Oasis, but, like, I should have gave myself the opportunity just in case. No, not Scarab, bro. How do we ever beat you? Struggle and survive one time? That is not a struggle and survive. Yeah. You know you want to block opponent. This is kind of terrible, by the way, for me, but I just need to buy time. And, like, maybe this gives us a chance to draw a struggle and survive or something. Playing a lot of red aggro decks lately and struggle to deal with Scarab God. It costs a whole lot of mana. I think you just need to try to be faster than those decks and, like, go to the sky. I feel like most of the deck games, I mean, they close the game with Scarab God, but I feel like they're really just beating you with the removal spells. And, like, Punch Ring Blow's so bad if they don't draw it. Huh. Now I just kind of want to play that. Well, if I play that and he has an Essence Scatter, the game's just over on the spot, right? Is it like Supreme Will or Essence Scatter? We're just dead. Yeah, we're just dead. Alright. Doing everything we can. Maybe we can draw something like Glorybringer into a removal spell and it go to distance, but that's probably not likely. Because he gets to flip Search for Azcanta and everything here. But like I said, we're doing everything we can. He chose not to flip to settle that turn. It's kind of weird. Why would you not flip settle? Alright, there's step one of the miracle. Step one of the miracle. No, he's got another counterspell. Miracle's gone. No outs now. Because he can flip Search for Azcanta, play Scarab God and use Search for Azcanta all at the same time. Yeah. I think it's fine, Arrow, but we're definitely getting smashed tonight. I've had a lot of mulligans today, though, and like a lot of unplayable draws. So, like, if he flips this, he can play and activate. Or if he just has a land in his hand, he can play and activate. Almost down to 6 minutes. We just struggle and survive. Maybe he doesn't have enough time to play another game. Carnage Tyrant. I don't think that's good enough here. Maybe if we hit like another Carnage Tyrant over the next couple of turns. That's just too far of a drive for me, George. Yeah, pretty sure we're just dead now. Maybe he can make like some kind of interesting block or something and let us like win if we still hit a struggle and survive. Can't imagine a way to win this though. Potentially, but I mean, with the draws we had tonight, I don't think any deck would win in the whole format. Like, we've had multiple mulligans to 5, we've had multiple hands where we've kept with 0 creatures because we've had to mulligan a bunch. We've missed our land drops several times. Like, it's just been a bad time. We've had 2 or 3 games where we drew like 12 lands and 9 spells, or like 11 lands and 10 spells. Like, you just don't win those games too often. But we're pretty much definitely dead right now. So we're definitely dead here. Should we concede, or should we take like 30 seconds and let our opponent attack us? What do you guys think? Concede or let our opponent spend 30 seconds to kill us? Oh, cool, another land. Even this game, we've only drawn like... Like, we've hit 12 of the spells we've saw out of 20 have been land. Even in this game. But it's been like this almost every game tonight. And this was a game where we mulliganed to 5. So we mulliganed to 5 and we drew more lands than spells. We were competitive. If we did this Carnage Tyrant like 2 turns earlier, I think we win this game. There's 3 of them in the deck. We're absolutely dead now, though. The opponent scooped to us. He knew he won. That's kind of interesting. Guess he is conceding even though... Even though he said no, he just decided to. Huh. So opponent won that match, but he scooped because he couldn't make a prize. Going to, No, it wasn't weird. Opponent can't prize, so... Going to save his name here and tell him thanks here in a little bit. After our match, of course. Anyway, we'll move into the next game and we'll hit play. It's another pretty medium draw, but I think you have to keep all of these draws. we would do that for other people, so it's kind of sweet that other people would do that for us. Because like I'd even said, if we lost that round, I was going to do it for our next round opponent. Yep, we can still win a pity chest. If we win the pity chest, I'll actually give it to the guy. So this is tokens. We have a very bad draw versus tokens. Like, we drew a whole bunch of our ground walkers and only one of our flyers. We drew no struggle and survive. It's just kind of like a very, very lackluster draw versus tokens. And it looks like we're not going to draw lands this game, which is always fun. It's kind of fun that, like, literally every game tonight we've missed a land drop on turn 3 or turn 4, or we've drawn more lands than spells. It's just one of those nights. This is a pretty easy block, because if he wanted to hidden stockpile trigger so bad he could sack anyway. Like, the only way that this is bad is if he has, like, another stockpile, and then, like, it's not even that bad because it just speeds him up a turn at max. He's not going to use all of that mana for anything. We have to put that on bottom, or in the graveyard, rather. Now, Scarab God's a sweet card. I need to play Grixis sometime. I don't think I played Grixis on stream yet, have I? It is a cash prize, but it's a cash prize for like 12 people or something that's going to show up for a... and that's game, boys. I'm talking facetiously when I say that's game. We do have Brontodons in the main deck, but like we just can't ever beat that card if we don't draw the Brontodon. Speaking of which, alright, we'll just play it. Still not in the best shape, but hopefully we'll get our flyers going. Hey, Loki, what's up? Fatal Push. Okay. I guess I get to eat one thing and you're going to flip Legion's Landing? You get your one thing back no matter what, but might as well get the Lifelinker off the board. Land? Alright. Go Flyers. Go Gadget Flyers. We need to end this game quick. Seeing mirror match with it. I've never actually enjoyed very many of the Scarab God mirrors because it's always felt too dependent on whoever draws Scarab God. Chef Dunes is a card we did not want to see here. We did not want to see Chef Dunes here. Not seeing another land is something we also didn't want to see. Well, I guess we can put that in our graveyard now. Just try to get some blockers now. I don't expect it. Fourth quarter 2018 at the earliest. I think they'll try to start it at the beginning of a block, and I don't think it'll be ready by the next block. So I think it's going to be something like that. The only way you make this attack is if you drew like Anointed Procession, right? And then like it's still not even that great of an attack, so I guess we still just block. Don't know what that attack's about. Alright, deck. I was really hoping to hit lands here, but I guess we just won't. I would say fourth quarter 2018, though. How did Matt end up in his mirror match today that kept restarting? I don't know what happened. Oh, wait, the one dude conceded. I remember now. It'll be before 2020. I think it'll be at the release of probably the set after the next block. I don't know when that is. Let's see. MTG sets wiki. But that's just a total guess, because that's how I would market it. That doesn't mean that's right, because, like, apparently, you know, like, I'm some big redneck, so what the heck do I know? I don't think they have the dates released. Alright, whatever. For what I'm looking for, anyway. Am I supposed to just kill this? Probably supposed to just kill it. Wait till the end of his next turn, though, I guess. These Earthshaker Kenners were really bad in this match. It was a wonderful match to draw them in. We finally drew removal spells too, by the way. Forgive, I think it's pretty good. I think I've just ran really poorly tonight, but I could be wrong. Maybe it's not as good as I think it is. Like, we're currently 1-3 in the league, and looking like we're about to lose this game too. About clicked the wrong one. I think it's fine to put that in the graveyard. I think Carnage Tyrant's okay in this match. So most to land. Don't mind to put the Kenner in our graveyard, so I'm fine with attacking with it here. I kind of want the Kenner in the graveyard so we can put another 4 on the Phoenix. The guy who built the deck, the Candio, claims Hazoret's not a problem, but like, I've extremely struggled with Hazoret. He also says you just beat things like Blue-White Approach, which I don't believe, but I still think it's pretty good. I think it's really good versus Grixis. I think it's fine versus, like, all these token decks. I think it's good versus, like, the blue-black chart decks. I think it's just bad versus red and bad versus deep control. Well, not deep control, like approach control. I think you're fine versus blue-black. Yeah, I wanted to run them on multiple turns. But, like, me killing one of his creatures every turn is not bad for a sider. Don't know if I should have played it. I'm fine with this, I think. Put no value in my counters, they're not going to do anything. I have to deal all my damage with my flyer, so. Can't play that. Just has way too many life at this point. He's netting 2 tokens per turn. I don't know what I could draw to actually come back from that. Probably just dead this turn, though I've not done the math. We have 4 blockers, he has 6 attackers. So we're not dead, I guess? We're not dead, we're just badly bleeding. We're dead next turn. Alright, fair. Oh, apparently I miscounted. He has 6 attackers, so yeah, we are just dead. I don't know where that other attacker come from. Apparently I just can't count. It didn't matter. Like I said, we have no outs this game, actually. Like, we had no outs, so. This card's okay here, but not great. This card's okay here, but not great. These cards are okay here, but not great. These things are okay here. What's bad? I feel like these are bad. I just feel like all of this removal is bad. Also think these are bad, though. It's like these are the cards that I think are actively bad in the match. We have to have some more cards in the deck. No, Naturalize is definitely good. I just overlooked it for half a second. So we have to have 5 of these random cards in our deck. We wasn't 2-0. We were, I think we're 1-4 in this league, or 1-3 in this league so far. I guess we take Magma Sprays over other things? These are probably better than Magma Sprays. These can kill cats, priests, and, like, Sunscourge champions. I'm going to bring this in. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I'm going to bring it in. Oh, my buddy did that the other day, too. We're currently 1-3 and down a game in an okay but not great match. Like this match isn't the worst of matches, but it's certainly not one of the better matches. I don't know what I'm going to do with it, but I brought it in. I guess if we get a Carnage Tyrant, we can, like, do things. I've had a lot of success with this little thing. It's been very good for me. It's, like, really good versus those green-white decks. It's pretty good versus red deck wins. It is absolutely amazing versus those green-white decks. Alright. Well, this hand's about the best hand we can get, assuming that we draw lands. Which, based on our luck tonight, means we're probably going to hit the 3rd land on turn 3 and not see a 4th land. And it's probably going to be another red source. Because that's how our luck's been all night. So, like, based on how tonight's been, this does not hit a land. And we'll draw a red source. while our opponent over here has his best possible opening. Can we do it, deck? Told you, this is exactly how our luck's been all night. I told you how Moto was going to give us our hand before we even drew the spells. Moto has done this. Moto, I swear, people don't believe me, but Moto has enough errors in the code that there's errors in the shuffler as well. And when you get in like these little rhythms, you can predict what you're going to draw almost. Because it's just so consistent, it so consistently happens. Yep. It's not mad hacking stuff, it's just playing the program for 10 years and understanding, like, how it kind of like, I don't know what the term is, like how it patterns out. Because the Moto Shuffler is not a true shuffler. It's not like paper shuffling. It's like very different. Can't block here because this can be the Anointed Procession turn. Could kill this, but I can't shuffle it away, so there's no point. Alright, so we lose this match. Didn't get to play this game. Whatever. Doesn't really matter. I don't say what I said about that, by the way, as just like a disgruntled person. Like, I went to college for programming. That's what I went to school for. And it's just like patterns that you can notice. And like, I know the difference between like true shuffling and non-shuffling from like a coding perspective. Like, the program's just not coded poorly. But keep in mind that, like, I'm not saying it's unfair or anything, because when I make a comment like that, it's not like your opponent has a higher percentage chance than you do of, like, not running into those patterns and stuff. You're playing on an equal playing field regardless. Like, the playing field is still equal. It just so happens that we're in the bad loop at the moment. I mean, it's just part of the game. Sometimes you'll get in the loop and it'll feel like you, no matter how many mistakes you play, you just can't lose. We have no outs at this point. We are just dead. I don't think we were going to beat his draw even if we hit a land, so at least we have some silence in that. Yeah, I mean, it's fine. Like, I'm not complaining about it. I'm just saying, because like I said, it's still fair, right? Because your opponent has the same shuffler and stuff you do. They get in the same patterns and stuff you do. So, like, it's still fair. It just sucks when it happens. I've noticed that it seems like anytime you get around 1875 in rating, it feels, or like right around 1900, which is something that people have heard me say before on stream, that feels like you hit these patches. Yeah, we wasn't beating this hand either way, so just go ahead and scoop. Could have blocked, but like I said, we have no out to this. We don't have 5 mana for our hour or anything. So we went 1 and 4 today. Wasn't competitive at all. Think we made some good plays. I think we gave ourselves a lot of outs in games, but I still like the deck. The deck feels strong to me. I just feel like Phoenix and Glorybringer are two of the strongest things you can do in this format. Hazret and Scarab God are, like, in my opinion, the two best things you can do in this format. But, like, I feel like this is third. So, like, after Hazret and Scarab God, and I don't know which one's the top of that chain and which one's second. So I'll just call them number 1 and 2, and you can place them wherever you want. But I feel like Rekindling Phoenix Glorybringer decks are, like, the third best thing you can do. And I feel like this is the best Glorybringer Phoenix deck that I've saw. Like, I think it's better than Grixis. I think it's, there might be some red deck out there that can, like, play Glorybringers and Phoenixes that we've not really saw yet. But, out of decks that we've saw, I feel like this is the best Phoenix Glorybringer deck. But maybe I'll play it again relatively soon because, like, obviously it performed very terribly tonight. I don't feel like I put on a particularly good stream tonight. But, yeah, it was, I like the deck. I think this Carnage Tyrant was too much. I should probably have another Brontodon in the sideboard. But overall, I enjoy the deck. And I appreciate all you guys coming out. I appreciate my new follow. If you guys like what you see, remember we do stream every single night. We stream almost entirely standard. We stream a large variety of decks. Try to always stay positive. There is a down below the stream, there's links to both my Twitter, where you can see every time I go live, and to YouTube, where you can see the majority of our past broadcasts. If you're already watching from the YouTube, keep in mind there's a link to the Twitter and the Twitch on the YouTube, and there'll be a 4-color Super Friends video going up on YouTube later tonight. And there was a blue-white approach going up early this morning. But yeah, I like this deck. I won in a modified standard tournament. I was scooped to 2 in the finals, but like I won a $500 tournament with basically this deck Saturday, which was pretty nice. We didn't have the Chandras, of course. But like it felt pretty strong, which is the main reason we played today. Didn't have the PI either. But no, I like this deck. I would still play this deck again, even though we went 1 and 4. Like, I don't think we got an accurate representation of the deck's power level today. Anybody who like doubts how strong this deck can play can like go watch one of DeCandio's streams and like his 4 or 5 5-0s with it. At one point he was like 21 and 2 or something beyond ridiculous. Like the deck's pretty strong, but again, just nothing's better than just playing Hazoret and Scarab God in this format. But like I don't just want to sit down and play a Hazoret deck or a Scarab God every deck, because I think that would bore people and it would bore me. So like I like trying to play like a bunch of different decks. I guess I have ADD when it comes to decks. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. I have a waffle to go get to and some chicken to eat, and it's 9 minutes until the Modern VSL comes on. Jabberwocky, Nassif, and Reed Duke are playing tonight versus Tom Ross, Melissa DeToro, and Paul Cheon. Got a lot of interesting decks. The Nassif Duke Nettles or Jabberwocky. I think they're trying a little bit harder. Like their decks seem a little bit more tier 1, but like I think the R&D decks actually match up very, very well with them, and I think it's going to be an interesting night. But anyway, thank you guys so much for stopping by. Thanks for coming out, Sing. That reminds me, I have a lot of YouTube comments to respond to, and I will try to get to them. I am just so super lazy, and I'm still not 100% better. But take care, everybody, and thank you for stopping by. And I'm going to host Matt. He's playing the Black-White Tokens deck that you just saw crush us, so go call him a milk boy and have a good day.